Hello everybody and welcome back to RimWorld Alpha 9. We are coming in with a brand new challenge this time. And I gotta say, it's actually one that I'm super excited about because this one has a lot of depth and complication to it. It's very complicated, to put it lightly. But I think that's what's going to make it so much fun, to be completely honest. So what's going to happen here is I'm actually going to keep everything paused for the very beginning to go over a lot of the stuff because, like I said, there's a lot of information to go over here, so there's also a lot of stuff to process. First off, the challenge is called Going Native, and it was suggested by one Dread the Mad Blacksmith, and we actually have Dread right here, Dread, the Mad Blacksmith. Let's go over our colonists first, because that probably makes the most sense. We've got Dread the Mad Blacksmith, he's, growing yada yada, good at all this stuff. Wish he could have been a bit better at melee, because I think melee is going to be much more of a focus in this round than shooting is going to be in this colony. But shooting will still be nice. But I love the Psychically Dull, that's amazing. Careful Shooting is nice, and of course Green Thumb is as well. Didn't get the greatest diversity of people, but I'm okay with that. I got Old Man D for Old Man Dick, obviously. Hey, Dick! Hey, Dick Grayson, how's it going? I always loved that Dick Grayson's name was Dick. I don't know. Well, actually, I know exactly why, because I'm an immature idiot. But, anyways, this guy is freaking awesome. Sucks that he can't do construction growing, and a whole bunch of other stuff, but he is a brawler. Sucks that he is nervous, but having that 14 melee, I think is going to be super good. 14 social is also nice, because recruiting people, I think numbers are going to be very important for this run. And I want to get a large colony again. Last time around, we were stuck with like 3 people the whole time, and it was an absolute nightmare for me. Then we've got this guy who's got Green Thumb, Chemical Interest. Oh, it's Lucy, too. Man, I should have made sure it was a female. Oh, well. But you know what? I figured, hey, this is going to be like a primitive or tribal-themed run, so might as well go ahead and name it Lucy, for obvious reasons. But anyways, so Research 16 and Medical 8, pretty nice, good stuff. Basically, it's a little bit unfortunate because we already have a different grower, I believe. Wasn't Dread a grower? Yes, we do. Okay. But that research passion will be nice. Oh, and actually it was medicine that I was more concerned about. Yeah, Old Man D is a doctor, but it'll be good to have 2, because that's always nice. So, as I mentioned very briefly just a moment ago, this is, of course, a tribal-themed run. Basically, we take our tribe, and instead, rather than playing as a regular colony, we're going to be role-playing as a tribe, which I think is a really cool and interesting idea. And of course, that very dynamically changes the gameplay. Like, we're just gonna sit here for a bit. I already examined the map and decided a bunch of things. Maybe I'll change this while I talk, because really, I've got to focus at looking at this whole list of different things that we have to go over. So, going native, our colony has officially become a tribe, and what that means is now they can only wear tribal wear. They can wear other articles of clothing that, don't occupy tribal wear slots, but that basically means the only armor that we'll ever have is tribal wear, which kinda sucks, but, also will be interesting and change things, make fighting a bit more dangerous for us in the future. But that makes sense because against tribes they're very squishy but come in high numbers because they've got a weak type of armor. Sucks that we only have 1 warden. That's a little bit unfortunate. Cooking, didn't we have I thought we had someone who had a higher cooking count. Lucy is probably the main cook though, as she was the one labeled before. One of them should at least have a passion for it. All of these guys need to be super heavy-duty hunters, because hunting is probably going to be our main form of gathering resources. Then, repairs can be just like a 3. Yada, all of this will be perfectly fine and dandy. I don't have a miner! Oh, I mean, never mind. We do have people who can mine. For some reason, I thought I didn't have anyone who was even capable of it. That was a little bit silly of me. But yeah, so we can only wear tribal wear, otherwise our people have to be nude, so I'm gonna strip them all down immediately and have everyone be nude until we get our first piece of tribal wear. Then they could start replacing other articles of clothing. Beyond that, we cannot use any modern weapons. That limits us to bows, spears, rocks, swords, clubs, logs, knives, and lastly, Molotov cocktails. You could make the argument that those wouldn't count, but that's what I was allowed Molotov cocktails, and I'm very grateful for it, because those things can actually be very, very, very powerful, and it's high time I tried using them. So that'll definitely be a very interesting experience for us. And let's make hauling 2. Cleaning can just be 4 between the rest of our people. Then beyond that, there are no turrets, but we can use mortars, which is another thing that I think is actually gonna be cool and interesting all in all, because as you guys know, I barely ever use mortars. I've actually never really used them before, so this will force me to try to focus on them more, which I think would be a lot of fun. We can have heaters, so food spoiling, or there's no heaters or AC. So food spoiling is a serious risk for the colony that we'll need to be afraid of. All buildings have to be made of wood or stone, so we cannot use metal, and in fact, we cannot build most things in the game, or utilize most things in the game that actually require metal. Like, we can do power conduits, but we can't do... Oh, power switches? I actually did not realize that was a thing. We cannot do solar generators, we cannot make batteries, we can make wind turbines, but those are going to be known as windmills from now on, because, you know, we're not using those things. We cannot use nutrient paste dispensers. We can use the research table, but that one we have to make out of wood. Because we can't make it out, because we can't use those resources. And we can make a comms console and an orbital beacon, which will be nice, because trade is always a huge, and relevant part of the game. So I'm very happy that we actually do have, we actually do have the ability to use that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and start chopping down trees, because we're going to need a ton of wood, and we'll have our colonists just do that while I continue talking, I suppose. Like I said, all buildings have to be made out of wood or stone. We have to cook our food or eat it raw. We cannot use the fertilizer pump, which is part of why I chose this map right here. I believe we're in a boreal forest. I believe that's where I chose. But I'm not entirely sure, so let's actually go ahead and check that. It was a boreal forest? Yeah, boreal forest. There we go. And factions, we got a lot of people who are mad at us. This time, yes! Okay, cool. This time I was actually gonna say, I would actually hope that the majority of the angry people would be tribes. Such that the pirate band is not going to be, it probably won't, we will not be capable of becoming friendly with them. Probably can potentially become friendly with these people, though, I don't think 49 is too high. And then we'll have to be careful with, this outland town not to go ahead and anchor them or anything. We cannot use hydroponics tables. All of our food has to be naturally grown, because, you know, hydroponics tables are a sciencey science machine of, evilness, and our tribe does not appreciate that. So let's actually, wait, what am I doing? I'm not gonna create a farm zone until I actually know where we are going to set up our base, and I'm pretty sure we will go ahead and set up our base right about here, because there's a lot of open space, and it's a little bit centered in the map, which I also like. And we don't need to concern ourselves with steam geysers or mineral deposits in the mountainside, because we're not really, or steel deposits, I mean, because we're not really going to be able to utilize them at all. I could get steel just to sell it, but I don't think there's too much of a need to that. We cannot use synth red or hyperweave clothing. We can only use natural kinds of cloth, like oh man, what, cotton or stuff like that. I don't even remember if you can make cotton in this game, but I'm pretty sure that's what that type is, if I remember correctly. And like I said, only source of power is windmills. We cannot use batteries. Medkits are allowed, but only for transplants. So we're going once I finish going through this list, I'm gonna make a garden so we could start getting food, but then also a Xeragium plant and try to work on getting all those set up really quick, because Xeragium is going to be super important since we won't actually be able to use regular medkits. So maybe I should actually cancel those, because otherwise our people are going to automatically use them. So let's cancel that off. We'll allow them to be picked up, but obviously we won't have anyone use them. And our people cannot have bionic parts, they could just have prosthetics. Each person must have their own hut. This is one thing that I also really like as well, which can be a max of 5x5 space. And then the chief of our town, which is of course going to be Dread the Mad Blacksmith here, since this is his challenge run. Dread is going to live in a chief hut, which can be larger, a larger, more spacious building. Which then we also might make the dining hall. He might live in the dining hall, I don't know. Because I think that would work a lot more nicely. So let's go ahead and get some buildings set up. We'll start with the chief's hut, because actually we are chopping down so many trees here. Maybe we should just build it. No, I'm gonna say no to that. We're gonna set up the chief's hut here. So let's say that the chief's hut can be like a 10 by 10 place. That might be a nice way to set that up. Make it twice as big as the other ones were. That's 10 right there. Yeah. So 10 by 10. Apparently that's 11. I made that one space too long, so let's go ahead and correct that. Correctamundo, my boy. Yuki boy. Oh, that means the doors aren't gonna be properly aligned. I hate that so much. Whatever. That doesn't matter. Maybe the hut should only have one door, too? I don't know. I don't think it really matters all that much. But it might look nicer if they all have one door. Yeah, so let's make it so the huts only have one. If I want to change that later, then I'll go ahead and change that. But for the time being, I don't think there's really much of a reason. We'll also allow, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks of space between each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there we go. Awesome. Man, so our people are gonna be living in some pretty small places, to say the least. That's gonna be a wild time. You know what? Let's actually make the Chiefs one, 10 by 11, because that I think should make everything appear much more symmetrical, which will be really nice. There's already one being built there? Okay. So then that could be replaced right there, and then we should have the opening. That way we could have one space right there, and then a second hut down below it. Is going to look, a lot nicer than it would otherwise. Actually, no, not really at all. No, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4... No, that's only 4! Well, that didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess it really doesn't matter then, actually. Okay. Well, you know, we'll just keep that the way it is. It doesn't matter. That's the chief's place. Everything will work fine for him. And we will not make that the dining hall, in hindsight, because then it would just be weird. Yeah, I think it would be weird if we made that the dining hall, because it's not really all that big. So we'll just have our people eat outdoors or something like that. So then, we're almost through the list, so let me just finish off the rest of these. We need to have a central bonfire that our entire city is built around. And the challenge depiction said we should never let this fire run out. But I'm not sure it will exactly do that. So this is where our fire will be. That means this is going to be like the middle of our base right here with the, or maybe, you know what? Let's actually cancel that. And we're gonna have the fireplace like right in the middle of, right in the middle of the main man's hut. Oh god, it's looking so bad. You know what, we're gonna keep the door right there, because that'll look fine. But then beyond that, we're actually going to bring the wall one more down, because then that makes the fire look like it's a bit more centered as well. And that might also mean making the wall go out a little bit farther too. I don't know. There wasn't an exact size depicted for the chief's hut, so I think this will be perfectly fine. We'll just have 5 by 5 be the rest of them, or the max size for the rest of them, which will work out perfectly fine and dandy in my opinion. So, let's keep on chopping down trees. Just gotta get all the ones that are, close to home out of the way, so we won't, be bothered by any of those. So there's our central fire that we're going to have our whole city built around. I think that means we'll also probably just have an opening right there. Because I think that might look, really nice. And actually, these are supposed to be huts. So what am I talking about? They're not even gonna have doors. Why would I put doors in huts? Huts don't have doors. I mean, like log cabins do, and we are building them out of wood, so theoretically they could be like log cabins. But I think the feel of it will be cooler if they don't have doors. So unfortunately, no one is actually then going to have their own room. If like mental break stuff becomes incredibly bad, then I'll change that. But for the time being, I think everyone will be perfectly fine the way that things are being set up right now. And then, like I said, trade beacons and, consoles are allowed, and since you cannot trade otherwise, but only Dread the Mad Blacksmith, the chief of our town, can actually trade. And then the last thing I want to mention, just so I don't disappoint Dread the Mad Blacksmith, he did add some additional challenge runs, and that's actually based on a really interesting concept, a die roll. Like, he added additional challenges based on each different map location. And so what I would do is I would roll a 6-sided die, and then I would go to the location that we, that was, marked on the map or whatever. Maybe we actually should add roofs? I mean, maybe we actually should add doors. You know what, we're gonna add doors, because that's gonna help with the mental state of our people for one reason. But then beyond that, these areas aren't being roofed up, and I want them to be roofed up because they're the individual rooms for our people. So I'm a sucker. I'm gonna go ahead and decide to do that. That's just the way this is going to be. So let's go ahead and oh wait, no. Add no roof zone, and we're just gonna create right over that. So there's a little bit of the hole in the middle, so the smoke can come out of the top of it, because I'm pretty sure that's how a lot of places like tribes, like Indian huts worked and stuff like that. Or Native American huts, as one should say. So let's actually go ahead and also add like a big old master bed for our, or a royal bed for our chief, because I think that'll be pretty styling. Dread, that is not your bedroom, my good sir. I'm sorry. I guess you could sleep in there for now, since this room really isn't quite available, but that'll be perfectly fine. Old Man D will just have to sleep there for now, and then things will open up for him later on. Stockpile zone. Not exactly sure where I want to set up all of our things, but we could go ahead and have a stockpile zone going right there. Let's have then a growing zone going along this one, like a 5x12 should be more than enough. That'll give us like all the food in the world, and let's make it corn, because corn takes so long to grow, but does also supply us with so much. And then with that in mind, we could create a second one down below. I think it was 5x12, if I remember correctly, or is this 4x12? Growing zone, I want to see how large you are. 1, 2, I think that's got to be 5. And then this one down here can be potato plants. That'll work out perfectly fine. Or you know what, why don't we do strawberries? I like strawberries. Could do the rice, but rice is for our big old ding-dongs. Let's grow strawberries in our colony. That'll be nice for our people. And then we'll have just like one row like that going up, and this will be our Zeragium resource. Because I think it is super important for us to get that Zeragium done as early as possible. Oh, I did not think of a way to name this place. I don't know, like Old Tribe Land. How about that? Old Tribe Land of the 69th God. There we go. Old Tribe Land of the 69th God. The 69th God does reside here. That colony name isn't available. Okay, how about just, can I go back, or do I need to delete all of it? Oh, I can. Okay, I just can't see my cursor. Or the little, like, marker. One more? No? Did I? Okay. Yes, okay, that's it. How about Land of the 69th God? Yes! We're at Land of the 69th God. World's greatest place. Pretty much just where everyone likes to chill. So storage, I think we can pretty much store everything. We'll make a second pile for chunks. Body parts would be okay. Appeal is all gonna be okay. Weapons are all gonna be okay. I think items are all gonna be okay too. I think this is pretty much where we're gonna store everything, which will be good and interesting. But yeah, so basically going back to what I was saying before, there was that dice roll thing, and there would be additional challenges listed with every place. Like, for example, if I rolled a 1, I would have to go to a rainforest, and then the tribe would just be built normally, following the rules above, and the chief's hut would have to be made of stone. So I guess we wouldn't have been able to build the chief's hut initially. Like, that's the only difference. While others, 2 would be in the desert, and you're a desert tribe, and there you can't build an outer wall. I would hate that one, because I can't wait to build an outer wall to this place. It's gonna look pretty freaking awesome. Oh, hello, people! How do you like our tribe, seeing as you guys are not as primitive as us? Got some nice little gear chilling with you. We need to drop all these clothes. Oh, especially since there's synthread. I didn't realize. We're not even supposed to use that. We gotta get all this nonsense out of here, bros. Drop all that on the floor, yo. So, people are visiting the colony. That doesn't matter. Escape pod! Oh, shoot. That is quick. We're about to get a new person. What is this person's health and stuff like that? Oh, their health is okay. We need that. I should have done that Zara game earlier because we're not gonna be able to heal those wounds. You know what? I'm so sick of not having people from the last run. So a pox upon everything. I am going to use this medicine to heal that one person. Like, I'm sick of not having colonists. So we'll only use Zeragam eventually, but I want people, so we're gonna heal this person and make sure this person's okay. Mining, passion for mining, that's good. Careful shooter, psychically dull too. I could not have asked for better. Also a melee, a 9 passion. That is so good. Did I grab the knife? I think I did grab the knife for someone, because obviously we're not gonna be able to use any of these weapons up here. So I think one extra good thing for us to do would actually be to equip a lot of our people with some nice good old heavy wood for them to utilize. Lucy, unfortunately you are not going to have this room for the time being. It is going to be set as medical, so you could go down here and rescue this poor unfortunate soul who is in pain, in need. I thought it had to be non-prisoner. Okay, cool. So let's unmark that as being a hospital bed, and then we'll go ahead and grab Lucy. I'm gonna go ahead and say that we should not be able to use sleeping pods because those aren't made of wood. They're sleep. Oh, that's a sleeping spot. It's been changed. Never mind. I thought those weren't those originally sleeping pods? Interesting. Maybe I'm wrong, and I was just an idiot. So let's go ahead and set that as medical then. That'll be awesome. Old Man D, are you not rescuing? Old Man D, go down here and rescue this person. No available usable non-prisoner bed. What? Oh, shoot! We're not capturing her, we're just rescuing! Yes! Glory and honor is ours forever and ever. Okay, cool, that's even better. Okay, then old man, you just rescue this person and she's gonna be part of our colony like that! Like immediately! That's wonderful. That is really, really good for us. So then, Dread, you do not have wood, so let's go ahead and give Dread all the wood in the world, because, you know, who wants to live without wood? Wood just makes all life better in general, to be completely honest. And then Lucy is going to heal? No, Lucy's going to do other things. Wow, local wild boar has gone mad. We've already got some crazy stuff going on here. So then we can set this as medical. Old Man D, I don't know why you're just chilling there, buddy. Oh, I did treat the wound. You could have used some medical supplies, my good sir. Maybe we haven't recruited this person? I mean, we totally should have, but I guess that's okay. I was worried that if we didn't use medicine, that person was going to die. Because I know you can't just treat their wounds normally, so... Maybe we got lucky? I guess that means I'll just mark that off again, because no reason to have it anymore. Like, that's kind of a weird circumstance. Where's that boar? Uh-oh! The thing went away! I must kill the boar! Here, let's actually grab everyone together. Maybe the boar just died naturally? I don't know. You know what? Let's kill the wabbit, 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 kill the wabbit! Which is why I'm going to use an axe on him. Kill the wabbit, fools! Undraft. Kill the wabbit. Kill the wabbit! Yes! Wabbit has been killed. Wonderful. Okay, cool. Okay, then, so guys and gals, I hope you're really excited about this challenge run. I am super excited because this is going to, this is definitely one of my favorite challenge runs that has been suggested. I gotta say, because there's just so much depth that Dread the Mad Blacksmith put into this one, and it's really, really themed. There's a big theme to this one, and it also very, very much so changes my gameplay style. Which is something that I've really been looking forward to. I've made houses that have all been connected to each other and basically been one big fort. I've made bases like that for way, way, way too long. It's gonna be a nice change to be able to make houses that aren't gonna be connected in any way, shape, or form, except for maybe power conduits. Because once we do get those windmills set up, because of course they are no longer wind turbines, once we get those windmills set up, from that point onward, I'll try to keep that flame lit as much as I can. But from that point onwards, of course, we'll need to power specific tools like oh, we should also get a research table. We'll probably just, let's put this in the chief's room. We're gonna sell that thing immediately after it's finished its use, though, to be completely honest. Because it's not gonna have all that much use, because half the stuff, more than half of the stuff that we researched, we're not gonna be able to use in this run. So we're probably just going to completely ignore it. But we do need to get a cooking stove and all that stuff set up before too long. Butcher stove and cooking stove. Both of them require power, I'm pretty sure. Cooking stove is going to be one of the very few things that's actually going to require steel that we can build, so that'll be a fun time for us. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and or subscribing if you have not. I am the EggScrambledGamer, and I will see you all in the next one. See you guys!